A stunning development in Great Britain. Former Prince Andrew arrested in connection with his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. It follows weeks of new revelations about their friendship following the U.S. Justice Department's release of millions of files from the Epstein.
Sirens outside a royal residence, a former prince escorted by police, and a headline no one ever expected to read. This is the moment the British monarchy found itself at the center of a criminal investigation. In a development that has stunned the United Kingdom and drawn global attention, Prince Andrew has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Once a senior working royal and a prominent representative of Britain abroad, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor now faces questioning by police in a case that could have lasting consequences for the royal institution. According to multiple international reports, officers detained him as part of an ongoing investigation connected to newly examined material linked to the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Authorities executed search procedures at properties associated with him and confirmed that the arrest relates specifically to allegations of abusing a public role, rather than revisiting previously settled civil matters. Misconduct in public office is a serious allegation under UK law. It applies when a person holding a public position is suspected of willfully neglecting their duty or abusing their authority in a way that amounts to a criminal offense. Legal experts note that this charge is not used lightly. It requires investigators to demonstrate that the individual knowingly acted in a manner that breached the trust placed in them by the public. The focus of the inquiry centers on whether confidential or sensitive information was improperly shared during the period when Prince Andrew served as the UK's special trade envoy. That role involved representing British economic interests overseas and maintaining relationships with influential international figures. Investigators are now examining whether any of those relationships crossed legal boundaries. This latest development comes after years of scrutiny over Andrew's association with Epstein. The relationship, which Andrew has previously described as a mistake, led to widespread criticism and ultimately to his withdrawal from official royal duties. In 2022, he reached an out-of-court settlement in a U.S. civil lawsuit connected to Epstein's activities, without an admission of liability. While that resolved the civil case, public debate about accountability never fully disappeared. Now, the arrest signals a new and more formal phase of legal examination. Police have emphasized that an arrest does not equate to a conviction. It allows investigators to question a suspect under caution and gather further evidence before deciding whether formal charges are warranted. Prosecutors will review the findings and determine the next legal steps. Buckingham Palace has issued a brief statement acknowledging the situation and underscoring that it will not interfere with an active police investigation. The palace reiterated that Prince Andrew no longer carries out official duties on behalf of the Crown. Observers say the royal household is likely to maintain a cautious distance while the legal process unfolds. Political leaders have also responded. Government officials stressed that the investigation is being handled independently and that the principle of equality before the law applies to all citizens, regardless of title or status. That message appears aimed at reinforcing public confidence in the justice system during a moment of intense media scrutiny. Public reaction has been swift and divided. Some see the arrest as evidence that institutions are finally confronting difficult questions. This story is still developing, and the coming days will be critical. The legal system will now determine whether the allegations meet the threshold for prosecution. For the monarchy, for the government, and for the public, this moment represents a profound test of accountability and transparency. As more verified information emerges, we will continue to follow every update closely. Whatever the final outcome, one thing is clear. The events surrounding Prince Andrew's arrest have already become one of the most consequential chapters in modern royal history.